Fashion is a creative industry. It's one that brings the aesthetic, the creative, the cultural piece, and combines it with this larger kind of industrial piece. In a school of communication where we study technology, where we study branding, where we study art and culture, it really makes sense to kind of investigate what fashion means.
Whereas the Instagram influencer, it's backstage all the time, but in a way there's no backstage.
Gabriela and Austin Hearst came to the Annenberg School interested in creating a series of events tied to fashion.
So I was really into the political side of it and into this idea of body positivity, but I didn't really like the clothing I was seeing. So I started in 2008 a blog called Young, Fat, and Fabulous. Back then, brands were not working with bloggers, just trying to share resources and tell other plus-size women where they could shop.
And for the events, I wanted to kind of drill down and really look at and understand why fashion matters. I put together 2 series of events. The first centered on fashion and social media.
The question for me was, does social media democratize fashion? Is that how all of a sudden these Asian bloggers had this kind of visibility?
In addition to having a panel of influencers talking about social media and academics talking about different ways fashion was communicated, we also created different installations around the Annenberg building. The second series of events was in fall of 2017, and we looked at the way in which fashion is changing and the way in which we might change fashion through communication.
Like when we were trying to get into all the department stores, they would say, you're going to be in the department that's urban. And we would say, well, why? Is it urban as in streetwear? Is it the color of the people who make it or wear it? Or what constitutes urban?
I was just always really thrown off by African-inspired prints and that sort of thing. It's like, what is that? Like, why wouldn't you just involve them? Because when you take references and ideas and imagery from people who are already marginalized, it's a continued oppression.
We need to hold the fashion industry and the brands accountable in terms of, responsibility, in terms of impact. It's not enough just to kind of wear your shirt and pretend to kind of be an activist for something. You really need to back that up and to really respond in the fashion industry in that way.
And that's why we wanted to look at race and sustainability and activism, because we're really interested in kind of looking at fashion as something more than just the clothes we wear on our backs. The fashion is something that carries meaning not only in what we wear, but how we interact with others. Fashion is something that is embodied. We're really kind of spearheading in many ways these conversations, and spearheading them in ways that are not only intellectually important, but also raising issues of diversity, of sustainability, of activism that really bring the conversation to another level.